documentation on a certain website she uploads it to. And that also includes a certification, which includes a questionnaire verifying that, yeah, I do operate this business. That nobody actually has control over me, I have control over everything else, that I am responsible for day-to-day operations and so forth. There are a few more requirements to that certification. The self-certification is a woman answering these questions to the best of her knowledge, and then she signs and has it notarized. That document, along with some others that are older documents, actually show bylaws and corporate, that articles of incorporation or organization show an evidence that she is. So she'll upload that to a repository and making sure that registration that she has with the government indicates that she was a women-owned business. She can then, at that point, bid on contracts that are set aside for women-owned businesses. It's a simple process, and most of the time, the time that takes the most to do would be to actually register to work with the government. There's a website called System for Award Management, sam.gov. That's the government's registry for all government contractors. So whether you're going to be bidding on a contract that's set aside and you have this certification, or whether you're just going to bid on just a general contract, you need to be registered on that registry. And System for Award Management, sam.gov. That usually takes the most time for a woman to bid on contracts. So it goes through and asks you lots of questions, and who's the contact person for sales, and who's the contact person for this and that. A lot of questions you have to go through, and you just each year make sure you review and update it. That's for anybody. Any of you who wants to have the contracting, that's the first thing you do. We assist our clients with registering on SAM.gov. Also, there's another organization that's state funded, and I think they receive federal funding as well, and they can help you for free with anything that has to do with government contracting, registering, and finding contracts. And that organization is called the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. We call it PTAC. There's always acronyms, right, in the federal government. So Procurement Technical Assistance. We have several around the state, and they can help you for free to register on SAM.gov and to actually find contracts that you bid for solicitations that you can bid on and help you win those. conference call or something like that, or by email on that program specifically if you like it. The rest of the time I want to spend on the EA business development whole program. Linda can tell you all about being in it. I can tell you a lot about applying this program for socially and economically disadvantaged business owners. And it's a pretty in that it is subjective decision making as to who gets in the program. So we agree with you, so you want to, and even though it is for socially and economically disadvantaged business owners, it's not necessarily about gender, and it is pretty, but depending on what type of disadvantage you're at, there is an opportunity. Not long ago, there was a program disability. Always about. Yes.
I have a is there something with the disability? I actually particularly think of my older brother.
What they're looking for in this subjective decision there is indeed something that has caused a disadvantage,
Okay.
that it's chronic, and it's going to continually make it so you cannot grow your business.
Okay.
So if they can tie their disadvantage to that, and it's been social and economic, those are the main two things, there is potential for them to get into the program.
Very cool.
But
Sorry,
yeah, and like I said, it's very subjective, so it's not checking off the list.
Mm-hmm.
The social part can be, there are certain minds that know and already the federal government realizes that they are indeed at a disadvantage as a collective group. Therefore, if you are part of a minority group, you are automatically, at a social disadvantage. You just have to prove it economically. But if you're part of a minority group that's not already on the list, then you have to prove your disadvantage socially and your disadvantage economically. And assertive. So, and I already mentioned this, it's social and it's economic. Part of the application process includes, your application includes narratives, you know, write exactly how it's happened to you and how you've experienced things. That's where we can help. We can show you where the application is and you can fill in the information, but when it comes to the subjective part, that's where we come into, you know, really, we can be really handy to you. We've helped clients write their narratives. When they write them, we help edit them to make sure that they're well written. So that's what we basically do, is help people with their narratives. All right, so the overview of this application process, and I already mentioned the first thing, and that is you need to be registered to actually perform on government contracts, which is the SAM.gov system for award management. Go to the website right now or later just to see what it looks like. That's where you have to register to perform and get paid. Also, you get paid for your work. The second part, we're going to go into each one of these, is to complete an online application for SBA's general login system, the same system that has the Illinois Small Business Repository. I have clients try to do some work ahead of time before they hit their first time, and they have found what they thought was 8 that it wasn't where the application is. Some of my examples there might be a 2 and them, but SBA's general login system. In addition to filling out the application, they want you to submit supporting documents, which they have a list of. And application you filled out, printed out, and signed the date on all of that stack of papers since we got that. But thinking about maybe a cool portion of it is your tax returns, which are why you have to do this in the first place. After that, it's responding to any requests that they have. And then you wait, and they will process your application and make that subjective decision. When I first started working in the Women's Business Center, the wait was at least 6 months, if not more. And now our clients are 3 to 6 months. Instead of first, it's actually how they change the process, and it's getting easier, at least easier to for them to get back to you. We'll talk about each one of those things. Here is actually a screenshot of the places in these websites I've mentioned. As you're starting your SAM account, which is our management, it will ask you for a DUNS number first. So if you were to say what literally is a first step, I would say you need to request a free DUNS number from the They provide, this is for government credit reporting. So you can go to the site, you just Google request federal DUNS number for federal contracting. There's a special web page on Dun & Bradstreet, and you can request it online. Just your basic contact information. It's not a lot of information they ask for. They'll provide you with that number. It's like an ID number for your business as far as credit, and you'll use that in your SAM.gov registration. Generally, this the SAM registration takes most of the time, I say, for customer note. But if you have time to sit down and take care of it, and you have the information, it's long, but it's not. It's simple to do. You don't have a lot of time to spend on it. In small, a long time. These processes, it's better to dedicate your time. It's hard as a small business owner to do that, but it works out much better to. So this is what SBA's general login system looks like. So SBA.gov should put you to this main page here, which again asks for very little information, very little, and it is available right away. You will need to, first of all, actually update your profile. This is a tip right here. You'll need to, it doesn't ask for this when you set up the account, but if you want to access any of these set-aside programs, you'll just need to access or update your profile to include your ID number and DUNS number. That way you're telling SBA, I have a login, but I'm a login because I have a login because I'm a business owner. This one's business, I don't own this business owner, I'm a service provider, but I also log in. It does not have a DUNS number yet. You'll need to add that. The application for 8A is actually the very first one, the very first folder application access inside of this, not where the SBA's general login system. If you scroll down, woman-owned right there, woman-owned small business repositories in the last. And when you access that, it will ask you for your DUNS number associated with the profile if that matches. That's why you need to have the profile first. So the application is here. Every time you log in from here, that may include a link to the application after you've accessed it, just the one time. Right. So as you can see, these four SBA forms with them. The application, as you answer questions, it will ask you to fill out more forms. If that makes sense. So, for instance, if you say, "Yep, I'm married," yes, automatically knows to have your spouse fill out a form will pop up for you to fill out, or for him or her to fill out. So these are the forms that are required. Some of them are very short, and others are quite a bit more. So the ones that get printed out, you sign them. That goes with your supporting documents. Here's the list, which you should be able to read, but it's showing you. This is I spend a lot of time also besides there. As we go through the list, it's several pages long, and we just check it off. I'll read it out loud. I'll say, the first thing you need is your notarized authorization form. And I'll say, do you have that? No, I don't like it. We have notary on our staff at the Salt Lake Chamber can swap over to my desk and carry that. And I go down the list. The Form 1010, if you finish that online, onward and forward. So there's differences required for LLCs versus corporations, and it's all listed here. And depending on how organized the business owner is, the easier it is to process. So when I'm asking them to provide the corporate documents, if they have them all in one place, they just bring it and it's all good. They don't remember where it's at. It's on file, they don't, it takes a lot longer. So I would encourage everyone, for many reasons besides government contracting, be organized with at least your corporate documents, and then of course be organized with your actual business. So sometimes our clients will fill the application on their own time, and when they meet with me, we'll documents, And also, we review their narratives. So, the supporting documents include, and I can read some more of these as well. They want a brief narrative of your business. They need an org chart from your business. Not everybody has experience in running a business. They'll ask for things like a form from your bank who has right to sign on behalf of your business. They'll ask for, here's one thing that I think is really kind of cool, is that this program is not closed to those who have had a felony, if you had an arrest. And if you can show that you are a person who cared for them, they'll definitely set them. And the arrest when you were 18 can impact the rest of your life. Thankfully, this program, as long as you're a good character and you provide fingerprints, and they determine that you are a good character. All right, so gathering the supporting documents, and then we put all those things together. The first few things that I mentioned take quite a bit of time. Gathering your documents, filling all those forms out online, but it's totally doable. I help people do that all the time. I would say the average amount of time you spend with a client is probably 2 months because they're running a business. If they didn't have to run a business and they just wanted to focus purely on this application process, it would be a lot shorter. But again, business owners are taking care of business, but also take time to do this. So when we have gone through the checklist many times, they've got other documents with them, then we go ahead and print out the application forms that they answered. And when they print out, they're nice and beautiful, and all sorts of stuff. The forms online that they filled out were just forms that they print out in beautiful forms. The person's finding all the forms where it's required in order with the support documents. That checklist tells us which one all in order. Anything missing, I flag. What is that? Some people go through places that we don't want to. So that's what we do. Pick that document, stack of documents, and an exciting moment. It's in my office. I'll have them put this as they submit electronically on a form. Upload the EAD application, which is different than the one. So you're filling out and you're gathering all these supporting documents, you put them in, you submit the application online, and you mail everything else. That's and of course the most important thing at that point is to get a tracking number from the company that you send it through. So you can track what the recently done. All right, applications. And the one for city is in San Francisco. And the decision makers are there. So submit, mail in that when they receive, a few days later, when they receive it. So at least you know that they received it. And what they usually say is, and we will review it, any additional requests. And 100% of the time, there are no requests. So if you've done a good job of being all the and providing exactly what they're asking us. So they may say, you know, like you had mentioned, yes, here, and later you said, no, which one is it? And that happens sometimes. Say, okay, for these 2 properties that you own, we need more properties. And I did mention the economic disadvantage. I had mentioned to you the ceiling on that. The social disadvantage is very much subjective. The economic, and I apologize if I misspoke this part. The economic disadvantage is a set ceiling. If you have a net worth of this amount or less, you're at an economic disadvantage. The social disadvantage is very subjective. So the ceiling for your net worth exclusions is $200,000. cap on that net worth, $250,000, does not include, should not include, and will not include the equity in your business. It does not, they don't include your, the equity in your primary residence, and it does not include the equity or value of the retirement payments. Most people have their money in those things. So you take that out, and your net worth is under $250,000, you're good to go. Sometimes people get into, they get close to that amount when they have multiple properties, or if they have supplemental income, or things like that. Most people that are, you take those things out and it's under $250,000.
And is that an individual or is it combined?
That's a really good question. I should have mentioned that. It is so your form 413, which is a personal financial statement. Your business liabilities, your very own, only. So that would be, say you're married, you own a home or a residence with a spouse. The personal financial statement would have the equity in it at 50% and the liability at 50%. So you never include anything owned by a spouse on your personal financial statement. They may have to fill out their own that shows the other half. But your half of everything, and if you own something outright, 100%, or your own liabilities at 100%. All of that, your net worth, excluding those three things, cannot be over $250,000. At that point, the federal government considers you at a social or economic disadvantage. So, any questions? All right. So once the patent, we're giving them everything and what they generally do as far as giving them what they need. If it's not too many things, I can say about a dozen line items for you to clarify, go and change. Most of them I see about 12 things is where that's not very many to them. And they'll actually allow you 15 days to get that information to them. So the process is not slowed down by those 12 days to do it. If it's more than that, and I've seen 30 line items before, which is not that hard to get to, they actually send the packet back to you. And they say, we